Now, the other aspect of the attitude towards work is that work is also an honorable thing. So this means that there is total equality between occupations. Now, despite the natural difference in productivity, of course, all workers must be respected equally. Now, in order to demonstrate this point, Confucius revealed to his students that he wasn't always a teacher or government official to begin with. Confucius used to do seemingly low-ranking job, right? Seemingly low-ranking job with quotation marks. For example, Confucius used to work as a keeper of the stores, and during another period of time, he used to be in charge of the breeding of livestock. He basically fed animals. Confucius' attitude towards the different types of work was very unique. He said all he had to do was to make sure that the account of the store was kept accurately and the animals were fed properly. He also expressed that the responsibility of the job must be completed in its full. So from here we can see that Confucius had absolutely no discrimination between jobs. Now we must say that being a government official or in a high-ranking position is more superior than a shepherd. But the difference comes from the influence that the person can cast on the rest of the society. The government official's action and thought can influence the well-being of the entire population. But the action of a shepherd can be quite limited, of course. But there is no such thing as a superior job per se. Great power comes with great responsibility, and small power surely comes with smaller responsibility. And this is the only difference. So it would be a shame that the shepherd doesn't raise the animals properly and cause them to die unnaturally. But it is also a shame for the government official not to exercise his power to benefit the people. That's the point. So as long as the responsibility is fulfilled, then all workers are equally honored. And when it is not properly carried out, the job is not properly carried out because of laziness, then all workers are equally ashamed. Sometimes people's job is related to their condition. Right? For example, when Confucius was young, his condition was poor. So in order to survive, he took on many small jobs, as he said himself, which require very little skill. So even though Confucius' ambition was much more than raising livestock and keeping granaries, he did what he had to do to survive. Mencius particularly pointed out very clearly that the honor of these small jobs is not to be ignored. He used the past kings as an example. He said, Emperor Shun used to work in the farmland. Fu Yue was recruited to the office while working as a construction worker. And Jiao Ge used to labor by the seashore before being discovered and promoted. Now, one common thing about these great officials is that they were all trained in the hardship. They didn't become who they were simply by being a lazy or a daydreamer, a lazy person or a daydreamer. They did all kinds of mean jobs. Now we must say that this is not a fixed model of career development, right? A person doesn't have to become great only by doing these small jobs. No, a person born with a silver spoon in his mouth can equally become honorable and great. But these small and mean jobs made the person tough, both physically and mentally. And it is these qualities and trainings that lead to future greatness. So according to Confucius, these small and mean jobs are not only beneficial to the character development of a person, but also very honorable thing to do. It is these works that make an ordinary person extraordinary. But let's not mistaken the teaching that we just said by thinking that the honor of work can only be realized by becoming a well-known great person in the future. And if a person doesn't end up in a high position, the honor of work is diminished. That is incorrect. Because poverty and low condition can be the soil from which a great man is produced. Therefore, any work is honorable. In fact, the poor person may keep ambition that is much higher than the rich, which enables working men and women to hold honorable position in society. Now, the problem with our current social value is that there is an extremely imbalanced emphasis on certain occupations solely based on financial reward and social status. Even in finance teaching in higher education, there is, I guess, hardly any ethical teaching. This is probably due to the fact that, ethics is not quantifiable, indeed. And it doesn't produce profit and return as quickly as other more quantitative methods. So if we're able to show the precise impact of ethics in terms of financial reward, ethics, I think, may receive more attention. But as we said before, ethics does have an enormous impact on the well-being of the people, both at the individual level and the national level. Therefore, ethics is the foundation of all occupations, and all occupations contribute to the economy and human society with equal importance. May not be the same productivity, but equal importance. In traditional Chinese philosophy, we can call the workers the four people and classify them into students, officers, farmers, artisans, and merchants. And all of these jobs contribute to the production of wealth and the existence of human society. But it is ethics that really make all of these jobs honorable and productive. A finance job with ethics, for example, can greatly help the economy, but a finance job without ethics can result in financial crisis and threaten the very existence of human society. This concludes this lecture. Thank you.